While Cabarrus County prosecutors handed out unusual, lenient deals to some accused speeders, public records suggest their boss, a now retired district attorney, netting more than $140,000 a year, rarely came to the office to physically oversee her staff. This discovery follows an August WCNC Charlotte investigation where our Nate Morabito uncovered the practice gave big breaks to defendants with certain representation, mostly to one particular lawyer. Our reporting sparked an ongoing North Carolina State Bar investigation. And in tonight's Where's the Money report, Nate dives into the outrage over this latest development.
District Attorney Roxann Vaneekhoven retired just days after we requested her building access records. Data that shows just how infrequently she swiped her badge to get into her workplace at the courthouse. Interstate 85. The scene of a near crash where a state trooper clocked a teen driving almost 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. Court records show the Cabarrus County DA's office dismissed all of the driver's charges just a week later. In return, the teenager agreed to plead guilty to a non-moving violation. She kept her license and paid a reduced fine. Not even 4 months later, another trooper said he clocked the same teenage girl driving even faster.
It's infuriating. It should be infuriating to every citizen who got a ticket there.
Aaron Lee says he's outraged by what WCNC Charlotte discovered.
It's not the justice I stand for.
Unequal justice that played out in Cabarrus County Traffic Court during the pandemic.
You ever get one of those deals?
I never got a single deal.
We identified special deals reserved for only certain attorneys, plea deals that prevented accused reckless drivers from losing their licenses, paying big fines, or having convictions on their driving records.
These are the dates the DA was in the office, according to her badge swipes.
Wow.
And the practice took place at a time the then District Attorney, Roxann Vaneekhoven,
I have never personally seen her in the courthouse.
Wasn't around all that much.
Either way, it doesn't look good for her that this happened either under her nose or on her watch.
Courthouse access data show in the 14 months leading up to Vaneekhoven's retirement, the elected public servant swiped her badge to get into the office just 46 times. On average, less than once a week, and was absent most of 2022, only regularly returning in the weeks leading up to our initial investigation and her retirement.
What's your level of concern?
My level of concern for the administration of justice in Cabarrus County is high.
Cabarrus County has remained on the radar of the ACLU of North Carolina for some time now.
There really is this history that I think is particularly insidious.
Daniel Bowes says the county has a reputation for disproportionately saddling black traffic court defendants with fines and fees, which, when unpaid, result in suspended licenses.
People didn't feel like they were being treated fairly.
He says since state law gives prosecutors so much discretion, there's little oversight.
Who does a DA answer to?
So it really is hard to say right now. In North Carolina.
Vaneekhoven has declined our repeated interview requests. In a statement, the now retired DA conceded she worked remotely due to COVID for most of 2022. First after she fell ill herself, and then as she served as the primary caretaker for her ex-husband, who was hospitalized with the virus for several months. During that extremely difficult and trying time, she said she used technology to attend work-related meetings, took home case files, and relied on phone calls, emails, text messages, and meetings outside of the courthouse to fulfill her administrative and managerial tasks. She did not, however, explain her work activity in 2021. Only previously noting the badge data does not accurately represent her attendance, saying she often walked through the front door or a side door held by a coworker, neither of which required her to swipe her badge.
This is a shadow on Cabarrus County and its judicial system, which I'm a member of, and it's insulting and embarrassing.
Lee is not among the 23 lawyers who, citing WCNC Charlotte's reporting, signed a notice of concern calling for an investigation, but says he shares their concerns.
The optics are terrible across the board.
The DA previously downplayed our initial discovery. Not only is the state bar now investigating, we've since confirmed multiple cases where favorable deals allowed accused speeders to drive away with a slap on the wrist, only for law enforcement to catch them speeding once again. Vaneekhoven's term as DA was originally supposed to run through the end of this year, but she retired at the end of August. She told us she set her retirement into motion in May, shortly after her ex-husband's release from the hospital. Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.